Hello, you guys. Welcome to the Korean Grammar Warehouse. It's Shannon. Koreans wonder about each other's age when we meet for the first time. In fact, it is not that rude to ask how old you are in Korea. This is because in Korean, there is a language that suits the other person in relation to the age difference between the two. And it is necessary to decide which type of language to use to facilitate the conversation that will follow. In Korean, there is a way of language that expresses people except me in a higher sense, which is called 존댓말 or 높임말, honorific or respectful words in English. 존대 means respect in lexical meaning, and the target of 존댓말 is divided into two: the person you talk to and the person you talk about. In these two cases, 존댓말 is used when the person is older than you. For the aged, those whose age is not measurable, who you meet for the first time, who has a high status, or who you should treat with extra respect like a guest for courtesy. Since 존댓말 literally functions honoring and elevating the person who corresponds to the cases, using 존댓말 makes a person feel good most of the time, with one exception. If you suddenly use 존댓말 due to disagreement between close people who already started to speak casually in 반말, it's understood that it intentionally intends to make the other person feel distant. In other words, 존댓말 has a function of pretending to treat someone with respect by using 존댓말 who doesn't have to be treated in the way. It's like sarcasm. In the form of 존댓말, the grammatical wording element 의시 that basically combines with words is representative. Since it is a word that begins with 의, the use of 의 depends on the type of last syllable of the vocabulary that combines it. If the vocabulary word ends with a consonant, it includes 의, and if it ends with a vowel, only 시 is used. However, if the last syllable of the words that combine with 의시 is the consonant 디귿, 비읍, 시옷, or 히읗, there are rules of change that apply in each case. Also, since the first syllable of the part excluding 의 is 시옷, if 리을 comes before the last syllable, the consonant is eliminated. Please refer to the second and third videos for all these rules to be understood. Adjectives and verbs combine the form of 의시, while nouns take 이시. Here, the conditions for the use of 이 are the same as for 의. So, the examples of each are as follows. 읽으시, 오시, 걸으시, 누우시, 나으시, 좋으시, 예쁘시, 빨가시, 힘드시, 선생님이시, 의사시. However, this 의시 is only a grammatical element, and this form alone does not create a complete use for the composition of the whole sentence. Therefore, this form must be followed by auxiliary words, connecting words, or ending words. The examples vary as much as the number of those words. Here are the examples. 읽으십니다. 오세요. 걸읍시다. 누우셨어요? 나으십시오. 좋으십니까? 예쁘셔서. 힘드신데. 선생님이시니까. The words behind 의시 used in these examples are all already uploaded on my channel. So if you want to know about their functions and meanings, please go in and check them out. Perhaps the least unfamiliar one to you might be 오세요, from 어서 오세요, meaning welcome. When 의시 is combined with the most common ending word 아오요, it becomes the form of 으세요. Of course, this is a modified form, but Koreans usually use this form rather than the original combination form 으셔요. The detailed explanation of this can be found in the 15th video. Including this, the rest of the combination forms also take the patterns according to the conjunction rules of each type. Auxiliaries can also be combined, but they have a more complex structure in that they add another auxiliary term or 어미 to the back. There is no limit to the number of times that 의시 is used in a sentence for the same object. The more times it is used, the clearer the speaker's intention to honor the subject is seen. Something like the sentence below. 가시고 싶으실 수도 있는데 지금은 여기에 계시는 게 안전하실 것 같으세요. 의시 is not the only one that expresses honor. There are different honorific vocabulary as well. And the respectful element 시 is already embedded in adjectives and verbs. And there are also 존댓말 of nouns and particles. The words are as follows. 시장하시다, to be hungry. 편찮으시다, to be sick. And both 드시다 and 잡수시다 are used to mean to eat, and 드시다 is used only to mean to drink. 주무시다, to sleep, and 계시다 and 있으시다 are both honorifics to mean respectively to be in a place and to possess. 돌아가시다, to die. For nouns, you use 분 for person, 성함 for name, 말씀 for speaking words, 댁 for home, 연세 for age, 생신 for birthday, and 진지 for meal. And each 조사 particle takes the form of honorifics like this. There may be vocabulary words that are not included here, but you can think of honorifics as mostly these words. Also, there are a few of these words that are ideal for use only to seniors, such as 연세 and 진지. Treating who you talk to or talk about with respect by using 존댓말 can be also understood as lowering you, the speaker. Therefore, when making honorific sentence in which yourself or younger person is the subject, the following words are used. There is no form of 의시 in the vocabulary, because you do not elevate yourself or young or low-level people in front of the opposite person. The meaning of 뵙다 and 보다 is the same as to meet, but 보다 is used when combining with a grammatical word that begins with a vowel, and it takes 뵙다 If it's a consonant such as 보여요, 볼 거예요, 보니까, and 뵙고, 뵙지만, 뵙다가, etc. It's the same with 여쭈다, 여쭈다 and 여쭈다, which means to ask. 드리다 means to give, same as 주다. And there are various nouns that can come before it, and the grammatical words starting with ao combine in front of it to have a special meaning, which I'm going to explain as an auxiliary word in another video later. Lastly, let's take a sentence form that Koreans usually use to ask about the other person's information. Regardless of what information you want to hear, use this sentence type for most words. However, the information is limited to the content relating to the other party. Noun, 가 어떻게 되세요? Words related to the other person's information can be placed in this noun position. 나이, 이름, 가족, 전화번호, 주소, 시간, etc. For example, if you want to ask the person's family, you say 가족이 어떻게 되세요? As for phone number, 전화번호가 어떻게 되세요? I expect you guys don't say how old are you in Korean to ask the person's age using the sentence 몇 살이에요 from now on. You learned today about 존댓말 vocabulary and the element that form 존댓말. In Korea, using 존댓말 to respect someone who is subject to is considered a virtue. So, if you study 존댓말 well, you will be able to have a smooth conversation among people and give Koreans a good image. I will keep uploading the informative videos about Korean language, so please stay tuned. Thank you!